watching the Book Breakers on the Coyoteman Show Network. You're watching the Book Breakers on the Coyoteman Show Network.
Welcome to our show. I'm Barbie Johnson.
I am Tisha Winkler.
And today our special guest is Miss Margaret Hagan.
And we are the Book Breakers
on the Coyoteman Show Network. Don't forget to download the Coyoteman Show app. That'll be shown on Roku, Amazon Fire, and your mobile web.
Your mobile apps. Don't forget to download the Coyoteman Show Network on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and your mobile apps.
Yes.
Let me put my glasses on because I need to see.
That's important.
Yes,
It is. I'll be saying some of everything but the right thing. Okay, today, Miss Margaret Hagan is going to be talking to us about her book, African American News in the Baltimore Sun, 1870 to 1927.
Yes.
And this book is power-packed. For you history buffs, hello, you need to get this book. I'm telling you. So, Miss Hagan, I'm not a history buff, but I like history. So, Miss Hagan, what started you on this journey to write this book, African American News in the Baltimore Sun, 1870 to 1927?
Well, I've always loved Black history, and over the years I've done newspaper clippings and clippings and clippings, and I finally said I'm not doing any more Black history books, I'm not writing anymore, so I took my clippings to a friend, Miss Donna Holly, who's still involved in Black history research, and I said, Donna, what can I do with these clippings? Do you want them? So she says, oh, Margaret, I know somebody who will publish those. I said, you do?
Yes.
And she says, yes, and she hooked me up with genealogical publishers, and we talked and talked and came up with this book. So that's how it came about, genealogical publishers.
Wow. And can you tell me what society were you associated with?
I'm with the Black Writers Guild. Yes.
But they have nothing to do with this book.
No,
right?
We meet monthly for people who are writing or who want to write or who need to be inspired to write. We have workshops, and every month there's a workshop of interest to writers. It might be about publishing, it might be about getting a bookmark, a copyright. A copyright, or how to write fiction, or how to write television scripts.
Wow,
it's a great group.
Yes.
That is really interesting. Now, as excuse me, I said I was not a history buff, and I'm not, but I like history. And as I was reading this book, I found some very interesting facts in it that I never knew about. I'm saying, wow, about all these historical places right here in Baltimore. I'm saying, what? Wow. And the, what was it, Dunbar's school? I'm trying to name a few.
Douglas High?
Yes, I'm sorry. See that? I said I would be saying it. I need my glasses on. Miss Hagan, I like the way that you have it set up, and it's like in little excerpts, so you won't have a hard time reading it. Yes. And to me, I just got engrossed into the book. So in your introduction in this book, I'm not going to go through anything right there. You just talked about, things that you all were doing in the society. So, what were you doing before you wrote this book? I mean, as far as in your life, was there another historical society that you were?
No, this is my third book, and the first one is, the first two are historical fiction, but the first one is based on a true story. The woman named Catherine Ferguson, who lived in New York during the, she was born in something like 1799, and I found out that she started the first Sunday school, one of the first Sunday schools in the United States. At that time, in the late early 1800s, there was a movement to try to get children to learn about Jesus Christ and the Bible and so forth.
Right.
And there was a Sunday school movement in London. And the man who founded the first Sunday school founded it only a few years before Mrs. Ferguson found hers. So she's down in the history books for having done that.
Okay.
And what amazed me about her, too, was that she did all of this before the Civil War.
Right.
So she was in New York, she was in domestic slavery, but her mother took her to church every Sunday, and she learned things, and then she wanted to teach children. So when she got her freedom, she opened up her home and brought in children, both black and white, and taught them about the Bible. And I just fell in love with her.
And Miss Pagan, as I read your book, because I love history, even since high school, I loved history. And can you just tell us about the Afro-American newspaper and how historic it is?
It was founded, I can't remember, but what I do remember and what is in this book is the Sun papers carried the burial of Mr. Murphy, who founded the Afro, and it seems to me that was around 1878 or so. I can't remember all these dates, but the book is a chronology, so it's not narrative, and it has an extensive index, so that can easily be found. But at the time the Afro lasted, it wasn't the only paper we had, but it's the only one that lasted.
Wow.
The other papers during this period, 1870 to 1927, were mostly published by churches. And several of our churches were around then, like Bethel and First Baptist, and you name the historic churches.
John Wesley.
John Wesley,
Yes.
yes. And but like you say, it's so much in here, I can't remember. I can't pull up facts, but it is in chronological order. And yes, the Afro is mentioned quite a bit. And also, my articles are from the Baltimore Sun, but sometimes they would mention a name, and I'd say, well, gee, I'm not so sure about what they're saying. And I would go to the Afro to verify that fact. Yeah, so that's mentioned would be in a footnote in this book.
Oh, okay.
And what were some of your challenges as you were trying to write the historic book?
Oh, gosh.
I know you had some challenges.
Research is fun. You learn a lot, but it takes a lot of time.
Yes.
You know, so
Absolutely.
all these years, I must have read, how many newspapers are 18? 30 or 40, 50 newspapers to find what the Sun was saying about black people at the time. And the book is also good for genealogists. In fact, that's who published it, because if you're researching your family history and you have a Maryland connection, you can look in the index and maybe find your ancestor's name. There's also I remember one particular article, because one of the challenges for us at that time, because we were only 5 years out of slavery, was founding educational institutions and trying to get our children educated. And Douglas High School was founded during this period, and in some of the articles they would list all the graduates of the school. So if you're searching your family history, you might have an ancestor who graduated from Douglas in 1880 or,
That's a long time.
or something like
Absolutely.
that. Yes, and of course Morgan was founded at that, during those years too.
Okay, we're going to ask you to hold the thought for a moment. Right now, we're going to take a break, and we will be right back.
You're watching the Book Breakers on the Coyoteman Show Network.
We must secure our families. KFG Life Insurance Specialist is a company that partnered with 15 of the top life insurance companies to ensure you get the best pricing, knowledge, and products to suit your family needs. Some people believe that term insurance is better than whole life insurance, while others feel the complete opposite. Some may feel like universal life is the way to go, and others may feel it's better to have a whole life policy. The truth is, neither of the products are better. One just may be more suitable for your family. Our life insurance specialists are not biased, as they are partnered with several life insurance companies. This ensures our clients get the best pricing, education, and products that are suitable for their families. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist make these decisions easier for you and your family. Our office is located at Security Square Mall, next to Burlington, in the Coyoteman Show Network. Please call to make an appointment at 443-400-5224 or go to www.lifeinsurancepecialist.org. That's www.lifeinsurancepecialist.org. Let KFG Life Insurance Specialist help you prepare your family in the present, because the future is not promised. Act now.
You're watching the Book Breakers on the Coyoteman Show Network. You're watching the Book Breakers on the Coyoteman Show Network.
Welcome back, and thank you for joining us. We have Ms. Margaret Pagan talking about her book, The African American News in the Baltimore Sun, 1870 to 1927.
And remember to download the Coyote Show Network app on our mobile devices, Roku and Amazon Fire TV.
Well, Miss Pagan, getting back to your book. Excuse me. As I was reading this book, woo! Oh my gosh. I hit the fan. I'm telling you, I hit the fan because it evoked some emotions
Yes.
in me that I said, oh, no. It was talking about, there was an excerpt that was talking about how our ancestors were treated. And even this man, they just came into his house and blew him away. I said, oh, no. This can't be. I mean, my emotions were everywhere.
Uh-huh.
I said, because you know me, I'll be ready to bust somebody's head to the white meat. I said, God, I
Yes.
thank you. I thank you. I said, Lord, this is past. So obviously there was something still in me. So I was saying, clean me up. I mean, woo!
Yes.
Those emotions were, they were
Yes.
rampant. I mean, it evoked something in me. And I continued to read. I just had to keep telling myself, that's past. I can't change the past. But, sometimes our others have to, I hate to say, die for us to get freedom, especially our ancestors. So
Yes.
many of them. You're absolutely right. Chime
Yes.
again. people have to shed blood
Yes.
in order for change to come about. And then I thought about the young man, not trying to, advertise for anything. The young man, Freddie Gray, nobody wanted to do anything until, come on. Police officer got his foot on his neck and he's saying he can't breathe. I'm just saying, come on. Enough is enough.
Well, you
Come
do
on.
laugh and you cry.
Yes,
You laugh and you cry.
absolutely.
But one of the things I really wanted to do was show the pride and the persistence and the perseverance of our people, because we had to fight for everything
Yes.
that we got.
Yes.
And
Absolutely.
one thing we always had was the black church. And you get a
Yes.
good feeling about that too. So
Yes.
one of the ladies who bought my book, she was just like you, Barbie. she said, "Oh, Margaret, my grandparents got married in Bethel, and all these names are so familiar." But you do well. I did get a sense of pride, and I wanted to convey that because our
Absolutely.
early leaders almost always came from the black church, and
Absolutely.
so we found out who was the first black lawyer in Baltimore, how we got on the city council, and their marriage licenses and obituaries in case you're interested in your own personal family history. I found my great-grandfather
Okay.
mentioned in the Afro.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wait a minute, Miss Tisha, do you?
I said the Afro. I meant to say the song.
Well, that's why you can correct.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, they're gonna kill me.
No, you correct it. You correct it. So switch. Go back. Okay. No, but share that tidbit you had about.
Yes, my former pastor, her grandfather was the founder of the Afro-American newspaper. So when we was in church at times, we would always, see them come together, and we would always visit the office down there by Utah Street. And I just thought it was so historical that I was part of that.
Yes,
History.
it's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
And when we look back, it disturbs me to see young people now who can't appreciate the things that we did, our ancestors did.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely, because they didn't die for nothing.
They didn't die for nothing. And somebody mentioned John Wesley Church. Well, after freedom, there were people in the majority community who wanted, let's get rid of some of these black people. They're free now, and they're all over the place, and they're moving into our neighborhoods and so forth. So there was a movement to get people who wanted to go back to Africa, to get them back there. And one of the leaders in terms of handling that was a gentleman from John Wesley.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
And they went to the country of Liberia. And so even today, the African nation of Liberia had its roots to a large extent in Maryland.
Oh, okay.
We learn something new every day.
Yes.
Exactly. I mean, this book is packed with, for me, new information that I didn't even know about. I said, what? Wow. I mean, it's awesome. Like I said, I like the way that you have it set up in short excerpts.
Yes, it's a chronology.
Absolutely. And Ms. Bacon, where can people get your book?
Well, they can get it on the web at genealogical.com. They can get it at Amazon. And I'll give you my website, which is margaretpagan.com. I have to mention, however, that due to the backup of imports and exports and so forth going on in California, a lot of the places no longer have them. They have to wait until they get a shipment of books. My brother was telling me that he needed a cartridge for his computer that carried a certain kind of ink, and he couldn't get one because it was imported. So all of these places are available: genealogical.com, amazon.com, and margaretpagan.com, which is my website. You can order it from there, but I won't promise you that you'll get it the next day.
Right.
It might be a week or so before you get the book. One other thing I wanted to mention too that that excited me, I don't know if everybody knows it, but before Jackie Robinson, there were black people playing baseball. And
Yes.
Baltimore had a team, the Baltimore Elite Giants. And they're mentioned in here, listings of some of the men on the team, in case your ancestor played baseball.
I think we have to find out.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I would have to do my history.
Mrs. Pagan, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Playing with my grandchildren.
Good answer. Good
Hey, that was a good answer.
The second book I write, I said I'm not writing any more books. It's just too much work. It's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
And you have to enjoy it. You have
Yes.
to enjoy research. And since I like history, you know, it involves research. But I also like Christian writing, and I do Christian devotionals. So I might do a devotional once in a while when I can't get my grandkids. But the Black Writers Guild will go on, Lord willing. We meet the first Saturday of every month. And so there will be people writing books.
Yes, it will. But you say it's not you, though.
It's not going to be me. I'm through with books. Well, I started out with articles anyway, and I ended up writing a book when I found out about Catherine Ferguson. But I like something short and sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Pagan, what would you want people to take away with them from this book?
A sense of pride and appreciation for our history, because it's so rich, and we were so persistent and so determined to become a part of American life. And we never gave up. We never stopped. And I just felt proud. Now, during this period, there were lynchings. Because we weren't totally accepted by the larger community. I mentioned maybe 2 or 3 of them, but I didn't do a lot of them. In fact, I have a friend who's researching all of the lynchings that took place in Maryland, and her goal in doing that is trying to humanize the men and women who were lynched, so that it's known that they were human beings. They had families and jobs and so forth. But what I wanted to do in my book was take away a sense of pride in our ancestors and our forebears.
Right.
Yes.
Well, Ms. Pagan, thank you so much
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
for
bringing
having
all
me.
of that to us in this wonderfully packed book.
Yes.
African American News in the Baltimore Sun, 1870 to 1929. And we appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
It's good
So,
to be here.
Thank you. For all of you out there, join us next Wednesday at 5:30. I'm Barbie Johnson.
And I am Tisha Winkler
We are the Book Breakers.
on the Coyote Show Network.
Breakers on the Coyote Man Show Network.
We